the young lady next to me, she's English as well, so I won't hold that against her, since I'm English as well. That's the only reason why.
That's the only reason we're friends, isn't
That's
it?
right. This is Rebecca. Rebecca is absolutely an amazing woman. I've known her for a couple of years in Las Vegas, and we do have. Well, hey, Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good, my darling. How are you?
Well, I couldn't be better because you're sitting next to me.
Oh, thank
This
you.
is amazing. So, I've never asked you this, but do we have in Vegas an English community? Because lots of places have English communities or communities.
Vegas does not have one. In other towns I've lived in, yes, we've had like little afternoon tea get-togethers for
Well,
British
yeah,
ladies.
yeah.
Nobody does that. That's why you come to my house, honey, and I make you British tea at my house.
And I
We
do
are
like
the
real,
English connection.
real cup of British tea. It's just amazing. And the scones. Now, the American scones and the English scones are definitely not alike. They are totally different. They are not the same.
There's nothing the same.
Nothing the same about them at all. But at the same time, they're still good. But they don't seem to know how to put them in order, because you have the scones, then you have the butter, and then you have the jam, and then you have the cream on top.
I just sent away actually for Devonshire thick clotted cream.
Now, Devonshire is actually where I come from. So I was brought up on Devonshire cream. I'm surprised I'm not fat. Because that's what my mother used to make, these sponge cakes with all this lovely Devonshire cream. Oh, delicious. But anyway, let's get into you. You are a producer in Vegas.
I am
Are
indeed.
you not?
I am.
So what you got coming up? What's going on?
What am I doing at the moment?
Drop a few names.
Oh, we'll just do a few things. I'm working at the moment with a doctor's office, and I am producing a commercial for them, which is very exciting. I'm also doing some video work for them to extend their webpage. I'm working on a reality TV show with a lovely family here in Vegas.
That sounds unusual,
too.
doesn't it?
This is all still in pre-production. And then my dear friends over in Detroit, Michigan, Ben Perry, the screenwriter, and Joey Harlow, of course, owns Laguna Films. They start filming June the 5th on their new horror movie, Garrator.
Is that going to be filmed in Vegas?
No, it's going to be filmed in Detroit, but the young man here in Vegas, Joshua Broker, who does special effects, he's going out to Detroit. He's doing the whole special effects for this movie.
And are you producing or directing, or what are you going to be doing?
I'm hanging on the sidelines
She's
with
hanging
them.
on the side. That's typical Rebecca.
Then I don't
She's
get any
just-
headaches if I'm just hanging on the sidelines. No, I am a producer on their next big movie, Past Due.
Okay.
And there's a lot of Vegas talent actually in Past Due. My daughter Ainsley Kate plays Lexi.
Oh, Ainsley is lovely. I did Ainsley's 18th birthday. I did her red carpet for her. But I have to tell you something. I have never heard in my entire life such language. And I'm like trying to sort of act like a lady and try to sort of control myself on the language. I mean, this is like everyday language they speak, right?
This is teenagers
This is
for
teenagers,
you, yes.
yeah, teenagers, and I just sort of let it rub off, and I kind of joined in it, and I let them know that I didn't really mind, because I didn't mind, I really didn't, because this is how teenagers are.
They spoke in their own lingo, the
They
teenage
do.
lingo.
Yeah, they do. Now, what I want to ask you is that a couple of years ago, I believe, Vegas was very big in the movie industry because they had funding, and they had a lot of things going on to help bring the industry into Vegas. And then that got cut out because they took their money and put it into another company.
They took the tax thing away.
They took the tax thing away. And now I have heard in the last kind of 6 months or so that the movie industry is coming back.
It is, and that helped with Matt Damon and the newborn movie being filmed here. That has put Vegas back on the map.
No, wait a second. She just mentioned Matt Damon like it just slid off her tongue like it was nothing. Hello.
Hello.
This is a pretty big guy coming to film in Vegas. So that's got to bring...
And we've got Nicolas Cage living here, who's very, very pro films being made here in Nevada.
Oh,
Nick Cage is incredible.
Got to get him on the show here, find out what's going on.
Well, he went down to Carson City when they were pulling the tax relief here for movies to be made in Nevada. Nick Cage was the one that actually went down and petitioned in Carson City.
Really?
Amazing guy.
He is. Yeah, I've heard a lot about him. He is an amazing guy. He gets himself involved in the community, and that's
He
what
does
we
very,
truly
very
need.
much.
Maybe I'll get him involved with Lena, because Lena is the consul for Sweden, and she's doing this thing with these runaway kids, and also all this trafficking and everything. So
He's
maybe,
very pro Vegas. He will step in for anything to do with Vegas.
So we've got to like mix people up here a little bit and get them sort of all involved with helping each other, because I think that's what it takes.
And if they're good-looking men, we're right
Well,
there.
that's good-looking men. I'm right there.
Well, we've just had Eric Roberts and Lorenzo Lamas in, for the filming of the movie Bleached, starring
Bleached.
Mark Justice. They were both in week before last to film. Paul Gunn, you know
I
Paul
know
Gunn,
Paul
the
Gunn
actor.
very well. He's amazing, absolutely
He's
amazing.
in that movie.
We have a lot of very sort of high-end or well-known actors.
We have a lot of talent in Vegas.
Well, tremendous amount of it.
talent.
And actually, that's why I started this show, because I really want Vegas to know, or people to know outside of Vegas, that we do have the film industry here, and it is beautiful here. Although we have all the clubs and the hotels, but they bring all the people in, and it's just a kind of, sort of, when it all works together, we can help each other.
We can indeed. Yeah, Vegas has, as I say, a tremendous amount of talent here.
Yeah, well, they've got you. I mean, Rebecca's here, so what
They've
more
got
do we
us,
want?
darling, us, you and I. The bevy of British beauties. That's what my husband
No,
says
we're
when he
laughing.
knows I'm going out with you.
No, but this is just the beginning of the laugh, by the way. What's going to happen now is we're going to take a break right now, and then we're switching seats. And guess what? Rebecca is now going to interview Ninon. And who is Ninon?
Oh yes,
We'll
she's
be right
going in the
back.
hot seat.
I'm going to be in the hot seat. So we shall be right back with the second half of Vegas Live with Ninon.
Welcome to Vegas Live. I'm your host for 7 minutes, and my name is Rebecca Konski. And today I have a very, very special guest with me, the fabulous, the gorgeous Ninon de Vere Rosa. Ninon,
Hello everyone, I'm on the other end.
do you like sitting in that seat?
Well, this is kind of a hot seat. You were sitting here before, so that's why it's hot.
I hope you mean that in the right way. That could be taken
Well,
in
you can take it
several
anywhere you
ways.
want out there. I really don't mind. I know which way I'm taking it.
I wonder
See,
if
she's not going to get a word in edgeways, believe me.
Oh, I'm going to zip her up in a minute.
Just zip me up, zip.
Thank you for the bio you sent me so I could ask you questions from it. But that's not going to happen because anyone can Google you. We're going to do this the
I know, what is this
Rebecca
Google
way.
stuff? What is all this Google stuff? You know, there's a guy that I'm kind of talking to in Los Angeles, and there's kind of a bit of an age difference. He's younger than I am, not that much younger. So we were talking about, you know, ages and different things, and then I said to him the other day on the phone, I said, well, he said, well, how old are you? I said, what difference does that make? I said, you probably already Googled me, found out everything about me, and you know how old I am. So why ask that question? Because he probably has. So I don't lie, I just say I'm 39 and holding, guys.
Oh, me too. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back 20 years to when you and I were teenagers
gotta
in
remember.
England.
I got to remember 20 years. 20 years back.
So what do you
Okay.
think growing up in England compared to now living in Sin City?
A very, very large difference because I actually come from a beautiful town called Torquay, Devon, and it's the seaside resort. It's the high class of England, where all the well-to-do people retire.
Well, Lenny
and everything
Windsor.
else. Lenny Windsor lives there. Lenny Windsor and my brother were actually in business together. And that's how I actually met Lenny Windsor, because my brother called me and said, oh, Ninon needs to go in Vegas, and he comes to Vegas, meet up, and we did. So we become very, very good friends. And I think in Vegas they always say, oh, well, you two are sort of, you know, you're an item. We are not an item. He has a wife, and I know his wife. So let's straighten that out. There is a big difference. I don't think it's right to compare the two places because they're just so different, and they mean two different things totally.
So Torquay in England, that's the seaside.
Seaside
We go
resort.
on holiday to the seaside in England.
Yes,
Right.
you do.
Did you have donkeys on the beach in Torquay? The donkey rides?
Is that what you call them? There was a lot of donkeys. I don't know if they were four-legged or two-legged, but there was definitely donkeys there, yes. Two-legged. Two-legged donkeys,
I
yeah.
was going to talk about the falling one. So let's go back to Ninon today then. We've just gone back 20 years to when we were teenagers.
That's all.
So we're coming back to today.
That's all.
You're known as a very glamorous, fabulous lady here in Las Vegas. So if someone asked you, Ninon, give us some fashion tips, beauty tips, what's the one thing that you cannot live without when it comes to beauty or fashion?
The one thing I can't live out with maybe the eyelashes. They've been bakers. They just introduced me to these false eyelash things. Actually, funny you should ask me that question because I can actually walk out, get in my car with no makeup on and jeans and just a sweater, and I'm just as comfortable like that as I am dressed up. So I don't really need anything that sort of, I'm not inhibited. I don't have, oh, someone's got to see me with only makeup on. I really truly do not mind.
Well, I
It doesn't
love you
bother
in
me.
the jeans and the baseball cap.
Yeah,
We've done that.
sort of, you
and
know,
it's-
baseball
it's
cap
fun.
for the bad hair day. You know how that goes, guys.
Well, you know me, I love my blue jeans.
So,
designer blue jeans,
but
I love
but
my
I'm going
blue
to answer
jeans.
your question in another way. That where you go is who you are. If you want to meet people in Starbucks, go to Starbucks. If you want to meet people at the Ritz-Carlton, go to the Ritz-Carlton. And it all depends. And also, when you walk into a room, the first thing people say and criticize is how you walk into that room and how you are dressed and how you present yourself. They will take that flash of a second to judge you.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Judge a
that-
book by its
yeah.
cover.
So I think that if that's what I want at that particular time, then I'm obviously going to dress up. And if that's, and I really don't mind because I know where I'm going and what I'm doing at times, so it doesn't really matter. But I think cleanliness, answering her question, cleanliness.
So your beauty tip is cleanliness.
Cleanliness, yeah.
Okay, when it comes to fashion, what would be your fashion tip? Because I know a secret. Ninon actually writes for a magazine, and she is the agony aunt where people write problems into her. I've read some of those problems.
Yes.
How do you come up with those amazing answers?
I try to, I go on a positive side. As most people know out there, I'm a very positive person. I think of the positive side, not the negative side. I think of the good, I see the good in people, not the bad in people. If I don't get on with somebody, it's nothing wrong with them. It's just, you just don't get on. They're just as great, they're just as wonderful, but I just don't get on with them, so it doesn't make them a bad person. Answering a question, I think when you're on the other side of a problem, you can see it clearer than the person actually with the problem. And I know a lot of the letters that come in are really
But
quite
there's
weird.
sexual things people
Yes, I
have
know.
asked
One
you.
was talking about, I don't know, his private parts, and then I turned around and said, well, go and get a boob job. Hello. I'm not afraid, I'm not inhibited by anything out there at all. Absolutely nothing. Anybody can ask me or say anything to me. I will have an answer. I don't know why, but I seem to be able to have that ability to,
To connect with people
connect
and
with
to help people, actually.
I love helping people.
I know you do.
Actually, it's a very selfish thing on my side because I get such a kick out of life when I do help people. I think I get more of a kick than they do.
And I
But
know
just
you love being around the younger generation
Oh,
too.
well, I had a TV show for 16
Yeah.
years and I helped. And the reason I had that show was because I left home when I was 16, was 60, I think it was $6 I left home. I was only 16 and I made it very big and did very, very, very well. I worked very, very hard and I did it extremely well. So I wanted to let the younger generation know that they could actually do that as well. And it didn't matter what religion, what colour, anything, it doesn't matter
None
anymore.
of that
And
matters in
none
life,
of it
nothing.
matters. And as long as they just realise that everybody within them has something. Everybody has something. We might not be as pretty, we might not be as skinny, we all have something.
Talking of that, what about your little hidden talent? What did you do 2 weeks ago at my house with Robin Cooper and Jeremy Simon Konski?
I thought you were talking about my strip act. And I was going to take the fifth. Yeah, well, everybody for many, many
Little
years.
singing talent
I
there.
can always remember when I was in Miami, there's four of us. There was Freddie Otash, I don't know if you remember Freddie Otash. I was with Freddie Otash, another couple, and we were just singing at the piano, and this guy next to me, which was our friend, he told me, he said, well, you have a voice. And I looked at him like, well, yeah, I talk, but he made a singing
Singing
voice.
voice.
And people all through my life have said that I could sing. Well, I don't.
She does. I have it on video.
Do you?
I have you and Robin Cooper and Jeremy Simon Konski. Oh,
See?
yes.
Got to be careful in this
See, I'm
world.
going to capture these mums. Don't come to my house if you don't want to be captured on camera.
I will Rebecca, I will never see her again. We will always go out to dinner, out to lunch, that's it. No, but hey, wait a second, hang on a second. How was my singing?
It was, you and Robin did a fantastic job. It was lovely.
Robin was so lovely because we were rehearsing in the bedroom and this guy was playing this, he brought the piano onto the bed. This is all very new to me. And I thought, a piano on the bed? Okay, all right.
What were you doing in the bedroom with a young man?
Well, there was four of us in there actually.
How many
Nothing
young men?
exciting, nothing, it's only one. So we shared him.
In my guest bedroom, right?
In your guest bedroom. But this young lady said to me, she said, I happened to come out with a little note that she liked. She said, oh, well, you sing that bit and I'll sing that bit. And I thought, really? She doesn't. Truly, I don't sing.
Was this
I have
Robin Cooper, the director?
Robin Cooper, the director. Robin Cooper, the director, she came and told me what to do on the show. And anyway, we only have 1 minute. I'm watching it, don't worry.
I've got 1 minute. I've got 1 minute of my 7-minute hosting the spotlight.
I'll shut up and see if you got. Has she got another question for me?
I don't know. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Yes, there is something I want to tell you. I think that Rebecca has guts to want to interview me, and I love you for that.
I love you too.
The English are just amazing people. We've created this friendship which really did not have to be created because it just something that happened.
flowed,
and
it
just
came naturally.
and it came out. And
Well, you know, my husband worries when I say I'm going out with Ninon. He's like, don't get into any trouble. I don't know what he thinks we're doing. I really don't know.
Because we wouldn't do anything because we're English. Food.
Prim and proper.
Oh yes, really. I don't think so.
Thank you, darling, for taking the hot seat. Thank you for letting me have my 7 minutes of being host. Good afternoon, and thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Love you.